Hi guys, welcome back to Mind Milk D20. My name's Jim. Today is going to be a bit of a different kind of video. We're going to talk about making your own hand-drawn character sheets. I'm going to talk about how I made mine and why you might like to make one yourself, as well as giving you some tips of how to go about it. Now what you're seeing now are some sketches I've made of my player character, which I did before we started the game, and for me I found it really useful to get a handle on who this new character was, or what his personality was like, things like that. This is a goblin monk named the Abomination, and yeah, he's a lot of fun. He's kind of, he's has this connection to Key kind of through ignorance, not through discipline, and so he has this almost enlightened sense, but by virtue of being an idiot, really. So he does things that goblins might do, like stealing stuff and things like that, but he doesn't think of it as stealing because he has no concept of property. Anyway, I will tell you more about this character perhaps in some other videos. Might do a bit of story time things about the current campaign that this character is in. So I did these sketches digitally, that's what you're seeing now, me working on the sketches of the Abomination, and then I thought, why not do the same with the character sheet? Now what you can see is that I've taken a standard character sheet and imported that as a layer into the app that I use, and then on a new layer I'm just drawing over the top. I found this really useful as it gave me a rough layout of where to put things, but I was also able to move things around and shift them around. You can see that I've put passive perception at the top of the sheet as opposed to down the bottom, just because I thought that was a better place to put it. And I just had fun filling it in, drawing scrolls, drawing kind of strange little details, skeletons and things like that in the gaps in between things, while still being legible. I showed this to my DM and I said to him, if this is too hard to read, I can do a normal character sheet. But he was happy because I had followed roughly a standard layout, so he knew where to look on the page. I think had I done a wildly different layout for things, that would have been an issue, because while we're playing the game I might not be able to find the information that I need, but by laying out in the standard way, even if there's a week I'm not there and someone else is playing my character, they're going to be able to find everything, and the character sheet is not going to get in the way of the game running. So here I am filling in some of those little details, a little bit of hatching here and there just to fill in gaps. And the best thing about this way of doing it digitally is you can just make a new layer and fill in your information over the top, and you can adjust that when you level up and things, and because it's on its own layer you can do it in a way which doesn't kind of destroy the template. That being said, if you're working completely by hand, that's doable too. You can use the same method of having a standard character sheet behind and use a light box, or hold it up to the window so that you can see the translucent image of the standard character sheet behind, and you can trace it and make whatever adjustments you like. I would really recommend doing this. I found it quite useful in the sense of slowing down and really taking the time to think over every part of the character sheet. Actually made me feel like I had a better understanding of it by the time I was done. So that was useful. Yeah, so there you go. That is my character sheet. I'd strongly encourage you, if you're at all creatively minded, to draw your own. It's another little thing of visual interest that you can bring to the table that communicates to other players perhaps what your character is like. My last character, the character I played in the previous campaign, was quite straight-laced, and so it seemed fine that he had a standard character sheet, but for this guy he's kind of just like too loud and too obnoxious to have a standard character sheet. And here he is doing some artwork of his own on the toilet wall. He really is not the best behaved child.